All right, guys, so pretty much we're on our way to a road trip on this Tesla Model 3. I went ahead and charged this thing up all the way to 100%. Now it has 96% because I did wash the car before I obviously took off. But overall, it seems to be that I'm just gonna learn, honestly. I'm gonna see what happens, if it's really convenient. From what I understand right now, actually there was a snowstorm just like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and I'm actually going to be putting the Tesla Model 3 into extreme cold weather conditions. So it's going to be interesting to see how it performs, how the range reacts, and if I notice some sort of difference. And obviously you guys are going to definitely be able to experience this. Just so you know, I am traveling from Las Vegas, Nevada to Grand Canyon. Now I accidentally did there's a route towards Grand Canyon South, which is much closer to Las Vegas. It's only like 2 hours away. I'm actually going to Grand Canyon West, which is like 4 hours away. And with the Tesla Supercharger planner, trip planner, it's telling me it's going to be like 5 hours because I'm probably going to have to charge in Kingman, Arizona for around 30 to 40 minutes. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so that you can always follow me and see my content. All right, let's get started. Alright guys, so we finally made it out. Well, technically we're not out of Las Vegas, but my wife was supposed to go to Walmart, get some snacks for the road. It took her like an hour and a half or somewhere like an hour, because I guess the Walmart didn't have what we needed and it was just horrible. But now we have this dish called ceviche and we really like it with this sauce, and so I guess we'll just buy it once we charge at Kingman. We'll probably stop by a Smith's or like a grocery store, but we just gotta get out of here, man. This is why, right now it's 2:27 p.m. We were supposed to leave at around 10 a.m. or 7 a.m. and obviously we did not do a very good job. Kids are already a little bit tired. But you know what, we're just gonna start the trip, so let's go ahead and do our best. So far as for the range in terms of the Tesla Model 3, I have 81%, and I have over 1 hour and 21 minutes to get to my destination, which is Kingman. We're gonna do a supercharging at Kingman for 50 minutes. I should be having 33% by the time I get there, and then we should be arriving to our hotel with 9% battery. The good thing is that there is a supercharger right across the actual hotel, so I'm not too concerned about the range once I get to the hotel. And overall, as you guys can see here in the map, we're gonna be stopping at Kingman, and then we're gonna be going all the way to Grand Canyon National Park. So now we go. Alright, so we arrived to Kingman and we're gonna be starting supercharging. So apparently we're charging 260 miles an hour. It should take around 1 hour to fully charge the car. And in the meantime, I guess we have an hour to kill pretty much nowhere. Okay, so when I first got to the parking lot, I noticed that there were two types of chargers. This kind of white looking charger, which to me looks a little newer. I mean, just look at them. I'm probably gonna put another type of footage so you guys could see them better. And then we have the traditional, I guess the more famous ones, which are over here. So again, at first I was like, which one to pick? This one or that one? I think they all charge the same, but I don't know. I mean, I actually started charging my car over there. So I only have one car right now, no other Teslas here. And I guess we're just gonna walk around, see what's up. So after finalizing our supercharging session, we continued our journey to the Grand Canyon. Supposedly I was gonna have 9% left whenever we arrived to our destination, our Holiday Inn hotel. However, the more I kept driving, the battery started updating and saying that I was gonna have now 7% left, and then 6%, and then it came to a point where I even had 3% left. And so I started getting this range anxiety, especially the car was telling me I cannot drive above 60 miles per hour if I wanted to make it to my destination. So not only was I not able to travel as fast, the computer was telling me that I needed to travel a little bit slower. I don't know, and I think it has to do a lot because it was in a slope, so I mean it is a little bit higher, so maybe that had something to do with it. We did have to stop at Williams just to charge for at least 45 minutes in a non-Tesla supercharger. It was actually another Holiday Inn with a 240 outlet, similar to the one I have at home, but that one was way too slow, so it actually took us around 40 minutes just to get some more range. And so it was not the most great experience, especially I had some, you know, me and my wife were just having a lot of range anxiety. We were wondering if we were gonna make it. It was already like 11 at night and the road was just alone, it was empty. And especially because we have the kids, we were a little bit worried that, oh man, we don't want to be stuck here in the middle of the night with a car with no battery. But everything went well actually after that. Kids, everyone, we slept very well. It actually snowed, and the next day we actually took off to see the Grand Canyon because that's absolutely why we were going. So from the hotel to the Grand Canyon, it actually only takes us like maybe a 15-minute drive, which is very, very close. And then obviously you do have to go through the national park still, so we're not inside within the national park, I guess, neighborhood. We're more in a kind of like outer, it's called a little city called Tuyusa or something like that, but it was beautiful, a small city, it has everything you need. Once we arrived, obviously it was a very, very nice view, but yeah, I mean, we were very happy. I myself had never been before to the Grand Canyon, so I had never seen the Grand Canyon before. I had been to other national accounts, but never to the Grand Canyon because people would tell me, you're not really missing anything. You're gonna go to the Grand Canyon and you're pretty much gonna see it and you're gonna be very excited and you're gonna say, oh my God, it's beautiful. And then after like 10 minutes, you're gonna get pretty much bored because there's nothing to do. So people were telling me, why are you gonna go and stay for 2 days in the Grand Canyon? It kind of makes no sense. But honestly, when I did arrive, I think it was a beautiful view. It was a canyon that honestly is definitely worth doing a hike. I mean, we have 2 kids and we still did like a 1.5 hour hike. We walked around the edges of the canyon. You know, obviously there were rails, but you know, you just get to do some exercise, get to talk with your family, get to enjoy. There was snow, so I mean, we got to play a little bit with the snow as well. So it was like a very, very nice trip. Definitely would recommend. And don't, I mean, again, I don't think that all those friends that were telling me the Grand Canyon was boring, I think, you know, maybe it's boring if you don't like walking or hiking, but we've been to plenty national parks and we actually enjoy them. So definitely very, very fun. Alright, so we're gonna see what happens when you get a ton of ice, ton of snow on top of your Tesla. It's probably like at least an inch. But we'll see how the range is impacted and all that stuff. So you see, it snowed pretty heavy at night and the ice actually got into the window. And so whenever I try to open the door, it's probably, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like a tool or something I should have, but guys, I live in Vegas. I mean, so you'll see when I open the window, it just gets stuck. Like when I open the door, I mean, first this thing's like stuck itself. So there. So now I gotta remove it from there. Alright guys, so the first thing you will notice actually, or I noticed, is that when I open the doors, normally the windows go down, you know, to prevent the trim from breaking or getting damaged. So with the ice, obviously it won't allow the windows to go down, and it will also go down automatically. So as the time went by and as the ice kind of, you know, just melted away, the windows continued working as they should have, and I mean everything was actually fine. It wasn't like a really bad damage. I thought also that it would be damaging to the paint. I mean, thankfully nothing happened to the car. The car also, when driving, I did notice that at first, you know, the windows tilted right, the cameras were visible, so I guess the Tesla, or at least it snowed in an angle where the cameras weren't covered. There was a lot of ice obviously on top and in the sensor still even, so I did have to get off the car and then maybe scrub a little bit of ice around the sensor so I wouldn't be, or keep getting sensor warnings that I'm near something or about to hit something. Also, in terms of the range, I did have that little snowflake on the battery itself. It was around 23 or 27, somewhere around 27 degrees Fahrenheit, so it was quite cold. The range, I did notice it decreased significantly, however not like super like a lot. In my total trip, I actually stayed 2 nights in this Holiday Inn, or I'm sorry, actually I stayed 3 nights, and I only charged the car once. So the range was pretty good. I did not travel long or far. Like I said before, the Grand Canyon was around 15 minutes away, and even if we drove around that little town, which is also another 15 minutes away, I never really needed any range or battery charging. So overall, I was actually very satisfied with the range performance once I got in the Grand Canyon, and I was also very satisfied with the range and the performance in just cold weather. Not to mention, also on my way back to Las Vegas, we were able to manage our time or plan our trip a little bit better, knowing that I did not want any sort of range anxiety or battery anxiety from the Grand Canyon to Kingman, because it's probably the longest stop. We decided not to eat breakfast in our little town or in our hotel, and eat breakfast at Williams, Arizona, where we used that slow supercharger. In this case, we actually used a different, it wasn't like a supercharger, it was more like the 240 charger. And so that was very fun, because while we went out and ate breakfast, the car was already, you know, at full battery, but maybe 80%, but it was able to charge maybe around to 90%. So that got us not only to Kingman, it got us to another supercharger closer to Las Vegas, and we only had to charge there for like 10 minutes because we only needed to charge for a little bit to get that battery to get us home. Obviously, once I get home, you know, I could charge the car myself. But overall, it was actually a very enjoyable trip. I was very happy with the Tesla. Really, the takeaways here is that the Autopilot really helps you. It makes the trip be less heavy. It allows you to, you know, talk more, relax more. Just driving in a Tesla is comfortable as well. It's very quiet. Yes, there might be a little bit of wind sound, but nothing, you know, nothing crazy. It's similar to other cars. And so I think it was a very, very nice trip. Supercharger network was really great. I mean, it was easy. You didn't have to pay. You didn't have to interact with people. You just park, charge, plug, and that's it. You're gone. So with that being said, guys, that concludes my video for my trip to the Grand Canyon. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about specific trip that you're going to be taking, feel free to comment below. Let me know some tips and tricks, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Also, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. It helps other people find my videos, and also subscribe for more content. I post pretty much on a variety of topics, Tesla being one of them. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.